And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDON 1015 FM, the Talk of Las Vegas, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. David Difference.
Oh, what a difference a Dave makes.
It's very different. I just want to warn everybody.
In a good way, man.
It's very different.
Unique.
How do I even top that? Like,
you don't, Jose.
I just can't. I'll take a back seat to that one.
It's almost impossible. But Joel Pearl can do that. Joel joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show from Fightful.com. And Joel, I apologize for blanking the mics early when we were talking about because I was making that it's true joke for a reason. Because my buddy Chris Van Vliet asked Dave Meltzer this week about the star ratings. Because he had given Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega that 6-star rating for that last match. And Chris somebody finally asked Dave a question about it because Kurt Angle has never had a 5-star match. And I'm curious to hear, Joel, your perspective on something like that and Dave's star ratings. How do you feel about that? Because I mentioned going over the 5 stars. It's kind of, 5 stars is 5 stars, as best it can get. But some people have had some very low ratings and never had 5-star matches. What did you think of that?
It's a subjective form of entertainment. Wrestling is entirely subjective. I walk into the Art Gallery of Ontario, I point at a painting and I say, that's a 3 out of 5. I can't paint that painting. I can't do that. Wrestling is so subjective. And I appreciate Dave's view on rating matches. I think he has a good scale for him, and I think that it's a good roadmap for someone who's trying to find wrestling that maybe appeals to the same senses of Dave Meltzer, and that's fine. At the end of the day, you're gonna watch what you're gonna watch. Someone who maybe didn't watch AEW Collision this past Saturday, maybe they were watching MLW's Never Say Never show because there was something there that appealed to them, and that was a good show as well. Collision was also a good show, but it's all in the eye of the beholder. So Dave's feelings, he was one of the first people to really get the star ratings over. And as a result, people stuck with it, and they stuck with Dave specifically. You don't see Wade Keller do it, or he does do it, but it's not nearly as important as the weight of Dave's scale. So for him, it's, again, truly subjective. He loves New Japan. He admitted that in that same interview with Chris Van Vliet that you're talking about. And that's okay, because he's still trying to be as impartial as he can, but he still has his scale that runs to him. And there are millions of people doing these star ratings as well that are worth, being paid attention to, in my opinion.
Yeah. And